Hi, I'm John Clary Davies, managing editor of Powder Magazine. I'm here with John Stifter, the editor of Powder. How you doing, John?
I'm doing well.
You look great.
Nice to see you, John. You too.
We're here for the second annual Ski Town Throwdown. That's right, it's that time of year again. But we have a couple of changes this year, don't we, John?
We sure do. We've expanded the field to 64 from 32 last year. And really, I think that's an indicator of the parity out there in Ski Town land.
There's just so many great places to ski these days.
There sure are. Tremendous body of works, continent-wide.
The other big change is that now we're allowing users to fill out their own bracket. And that's what brings us here today. These are your editor's picks of the Ski Town Throwdown presented by Liftopia. Let's get right into it, shall we, John?
Bracketology time, folks.
Now, I noticed you have 15 seed Marquette making a push here. Tell me about that.
I sure do. Who doesn't love a college in the Midwest, huh?
Best 4 years of my life.
Oh, yeah, I like the 15 seed. They beat Smugglers in the first round. Advanced past Stowe to face off against one of my favorite acronyms in ski areas, the Loaf of Maine, Sugar Loaf. I really like the Loaf here. They represent the Blueberry State. I'm going to have them advance on to the Elite Eight.
All right, John, now in our other mashup here in the East, in the Sweet 16, we have Jay Peak and Killington, two powerhouses really, facing off in just a tough battle. I think it's going to come down to the wire here. What do you think?
You know, Jay Peak has so much upside, and Killington, there's a lot of things going on there, But again, I love bump skiing, so I'm going to take Killington to the Elite Eight.
Can't argue with the great bump line. There you have it. Now let's jump right into the spread eagle division. Now, I got to say, this is just a packed region in the Great White North.
Yeah, definitely the most difficult bracket or region of the bracket for sure.
So let's get right into it. You got Whitewater facing off against Banff here in the top half.
Now, Whitewater was paired with Red last year in the inaugural Ski Town Throwdown, and they won the inaugural Ski Town Throwdown. They are the champions. Broke them up this year. I really like what Banff is doing, a lot of pre-hype going on, but Whitewater representing the beautiful hamlet of Nelson. I'm going to take them on to the Elite Eight.
All right. As cool as the other side of the pillow line, huh? Now we have a Crested Butte, the final representative out of the state of Colorado, against Big Sky, another Bozeman area ski area. So what are you thinking here? What are your thoughts?
Sure. Well, Big Sky, they have tremendous acreage, low skier visits, pretty good powder, so they rank pretty high. Crested Butte, they've had a rough few last winters, but they really got a tight community there. It's a college town. Big Sky kind of has a little bit of the college town in Bozeman. This one's a tough one, but I'm going to go ahead and go with our former intern, Sarah Ward, in Crested Butte and Western State, advancing to the Elite Eight.
All right, CB in the Elite Eight, no pressure, Sarah Ward. All right, John, getting into the back scratcher division here. Now you do have a nice back scratcher. And here in the top half of the bracket, we have Crystal against Stevens. Now this matchup, it might tear up Seattle just as much as the Sonics leaving town.
Man, that just hurts right now. But you're right. This is a tremendous matchup. I mean, these are huge rivals. They faced off before in the back scratcher division. I'm going to go ahead and advance Stevens in the town of Leavenworth onto the Elite Eight over a blonde-haired girl from Crystal. Stevens,
all right.
Elite Eight.
Let's hope she doesn't find out, huh? 12 seed Stevens. Moving on. Real dark horse there. Now in the lower half of the bracket, it's Schweitzer against Squaw Alpine. Now, let's be honest. You're a homer. You love your Schweitzer. It's where you learn to ski. Who you got here?
Well, I try to keep it fair and balanced, as for these editors' picks. But sorry, Squaw Bros. I got to go with Schweitzer of North Idaho. They did make it to the Final Four last year. I'm going to advance them on to the Elite Eight.
Great tater tots, too. Is that right?
That's sure. Poochies. Check it out.
So there you have it. That is our Elite Eight. Let's head back over to the east, the Mule Kick. It's Killington, Sugarloaf. John, who's going to the Final Four?
Well, this one is a tough one, seeing as I've never even skied on the East Coast, but I have been to the East Coast. In fact, I went to Maine this last summer for a features editor's wedding. Had some delicious pie, tremendous lobster.
Great blueberries. Great blueberries.
You said it. I'm going to take Sugarloaf all the way to the Final Four. They're going to beat out the bump line skiers of Killington.
Wow, it's going to be a big day in Maine if that happens, John. And now let's move up ahead here. Whitewater and Fernie, a couple of great BC matchups. Who has got the better poutine? Who's got the better pillows? Where do you start?
I can hear the dial-up internet right now. This one is going to be a true battle. This one, really encapsulates the whole energy of the Ski Town Throwdown presented by Liftopia. Whitewater, they made it to the finals last year. Fernie also made it to the Final Four. This one's tough, but I am going to go with the Bohemians of Nelson.
All right.
Whitewater to the Final Four.
The hippies are going to be lighting them up, huh? Now, here in the back scratcher division, Stevens versus Schweitzer. Again, a couple of great places to ski. Another tough matchup. Really kind of a grudge match here. Who you got, John?
This one is close to my heart. I can actually feel my heart kind of hurting right now. So, both places offer a lot of powder. Stevens does have more crowds compared to Schweitzer, but they do get more snow. I'm going to get rad for Rudolph on this one. I'm going to go with Stevens to the Final Four.
All right. Stevens it is. So now we've got our Final Four of Whitewater, Sugarloaf, Bridger, and Stevens. Here's where it gets interesting, John. Who's going to the finals here?
Well, I can feel the sweat beating down underneath my red, white, and blue beanie. Whitewater. It's going on to the finals.
Moving on to the finals. A return trip to the finals here, according to John Stifter. These, again, are your editor's picks. On the other side of the bracket, it's Bridger and Stevens. Where do we start here, John?
I don't know where you begin. Both a lot of powder. Great towns, Bozeman and Leavenworth, represented here. This one's really a toss-up. So I'm gonna go with my gut on this. I'm really liking. I'm gonna go on a surprise pick here. I'm gonna go Stevens.
Oh wow, Stevens representing in the finals. So they will be up against Whitewater. Here we are, John. Finals, which are happening from December 9th to 16th. Whitewater against Stevens. Someone's got to choose. Who do you got?
Someone's going to have a terrific Christmas present, and I really think that Christmas present, Santa, are going to be traveling across the border to the Great White North region. Whitewater.
Whitewater
is my pick.
A return championship. You heard it here first. Folks, now that we've filled out our bracket, you've got 4 days to fill out your own. The matchups start on October 14th, so make sure you get your bracket in before then. John, congratulations.
I think we have some celebrating to do. Thanks,
guys. Cheers.
Cheers.